Hi ladies, welcome to the inaugural Unforgettables Women's Spring Swing Scramble on May 3rd at the Redlands Country Club. My name is Karla Adams. I have over 23 years experience in exercise science, sports nutrition, and I'm going to show you some stretches to help loosen up your core today and give you some tips to help recover tendons. The Unforgettables Foundation is an amazing organization to support with your time, your money, or just a game of golf. They help support families during one of their darkest hours, when they lose a loved one, their own child, their own flesh and blood. It's bad enough to lose a child, but to not be able to afford a funeral during that time is even more devastating. Help support a family during one of their darkest hours of losing a child by supporting the Unforgettables Foundation. Okay ladies, let's get started on some stretches. Okay ladies, so we're going to go over 3 stretches and then some tips on recovering your tendons. Okay, so we're focusing on the core today. These exercises may not be the best for right before starting your golf game. They're probably going to be in the most benefit throughout the week on repetition, but again, you want to listen to your body, kind of assess your body, or you can even see an expert and get their advice if you want to. But the first one is going to be on just twisting the core back and forth. And there's 3 angles we could do where we're just going back and forth this way. We're going up and down at an angle similar to your golf swing, and back at an angle the other way. And each different angle will just hit a different part of your core. So I actually recommend them all, and then you can spend more time on the area that feels the tightest. Okay, some key tips in actually doing a proper core twist. It's making sure that we're separating out the lower part of our body to the upper part of our body, meaning that standing position is actually a little bit, it can actually allow me to swing my hips if I'm not paying attention. So usually I like to tell people to actually sit down or actually sit on a bench and put the bench right between your legs and squeeze your knees on the bench. And that's so that we're actually stabilizing these hips. So when we actually do the twist, it's twisting the actual core back and forth. If I'm up here and I'm twisting my hips, you can see that by moving the hips, I'm doing a knee twist. I'm actually twisting my knee, or I'm swaying my hips back and forth. And so if your goal is not to twist your knee and kind of have a little dance party going on and just get the benefits of the core twist, you want to make sure that this lower part is locked out. So we're actually separating the 2 out and twisting them. So this exercise is excellent for stretching this out, for just increasing your mobility and increasing your performance, as well as lowering any injury from tightness while out there as a golfer. Another benefit is that it also helps detoxify all of your organs. I usually recommend this in reps of like 100 maybe, and doing maybe like 3 sets of 100 during a workout or during another stretch routine, and where you're really focusing. And again, you can change the angle where you're just going straight back and forth, or you're going from the bottom to the top, or the other bottom to the top. But all 3 are beneficial. Okay, the other benefit that has, when you're really getting that twist, have you ever seen a towel? You take a towel full of water and you wring it out and you see all the water fall? Well, that's what happens to your organs when you do that. So the added benefit of health is this helps with the detoxification process, and it actually does help to thin out the midsection, because the less waste you have in your body, the smaller your midsection is. So really putting an emphasis on twisting that core also helps with thinning out your midsection, which is a little bit more motivation to do it correctly. I always love motivation. So again, about 100 reps, and I would do high repetitions. When it comes to stretching, there's like 2 different phases. Well, there's a couple phases, but 2 of the main ones are, well, I'm really tight and I need to get myself to a loose condition, which keeps me lower risk of injury and helps me perform the way I like. And then there's a point where you're kind of loose enough to where you just need to maintain that looseness. And people are different, even without activity, we get tight. And so with the increase of activity, you can become even tighter. So you want to gauge that and listen to your body. If you're tight, if your body's talking to you, do extra, do more. Okay, so another core twisting exercise, and I do recommend this order, is go ahead and you lay down. You have your legs up. Now, if your legs spread, that means that's kind of showing that you're tight. So if you're laying flat, that's a good sign. But what you're going to do is you're going to stretch back. You're feeling this all along here. And then you're going to stretch all the way forward, and you're going to feel that stretch go all the way across your back. So you stretch back. And I'm actually elongating my fingers, so I'm reaching out, kind of like when you do yoga, right? They're always engaging the muscles. You're isometrically engaging the muscles. You can add stretching and isometrically engaging the muscles to any stretch exercise. But you're just going back and forth, really loosening that out. Okay. And then the third exercise, you go up on your feet. You go ahead and bring your elbow in. You're going to stretch back. That's stretching all the way across there, and then all the way in. And again, that's stretching the back. Up and down. Up and down. These ones you can spend sets of 30. I usually recommend people to kind of pick higher numbers and just really focus on that mind and muscle communication and listening to their body. And remember, the more tight you are, the more time you want to spend stretching. Okay, here's some tips on recovering the tendons. I mentioned all the amino acids in the last video, and there's 22, and they have all these little jobs of rebuilding and sending messages up and down your central nervous system. So depending on what you want to recover, 1 or 2 or 3 of those amino acids go over there and rebuilds it. So the tendons are the same way, right? One of the brands I like out there is Myotone. That's the only one I've actually found that focuses on tendons. There might be some other ones, but that's a great nutrient. And having the nutrients is a great way to recover the muscle. The next step, though, that we need to make sure that we're doing is we need to make sure that we have proper blood flow. The tendons have the lowest amount of blood flow. So what that means is out of everywhere in the body, they take the longest to heal only because of the blood flow. So what are things that increase blood flow? Stretching increases blood flow. Walking, activity increases blood flow. Massage increases blood flow. Acupuncture increases blood flow. These are all things that if your body is telling you, oh, I feel inflamed, or I'm about to get injured, or I am injured, increasing blood flow is just going to increase the amount of nutrients that actually goes in there and rebuilds. I'm sure a lot of people have heard doctors talk long enough about bone density and increasing your bone density. What do they tell you? They don't just tell you take these things to increase your bone density. They say go exercise. They say put a demand on your bones so your bones will signify and absorb all the nutrients. Okay, well, there's something very similar happening with our tendons. We need that blood flow in there to carry the nutrients in the tendons so they actually rebuild. Meaning that if you have a low blood flow in your body, meaning you're really tight, you're super stiff, you might have the nutrients present in your body to recover your tendons, but they may not be going in there. So I really recommend that people that are in the maintenance stage, that are just trying to keep healthy tendons, that they do things to keep that blood flow high so all the nutrients is getting in there and they don't get an injury. And to those people in the phase that are either just tight or maybe injury, that you do what you can to increase your blood flow so the nutrients that are present in your body's utilizing more. So I hope you like the stretches and the tips today, and I'll see you guys on May 3rd. Bye.